Hi friends, welcome back to Parnika tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss about border property in CSS. So I sincerely request everyone to watch the complete video for better understanding. The border property in CSS is used to apply the border for an HTML element. We have various HTML elements like we have the header, paragraph, we have the div. For these elements, if you want to apply any border, that we can do with the help of border property in CSS. This border property is a combination of three other properties such as border width, border style and border color. The border width specifies the width of the border, how much width you want for the border, that you can provide in terms of pixels using the border hyphen width. If you want to apply some color to the border, that we can do with the help of border hyphen color. So the border hyphen color specifies the color of the border. For the border, if you want to apply any styles, like if you want to provide dotted style or dashed style or solid or double, that we can do with the help of border hyphen style. So this property specifies a style for the border. So the border property is a combination of three other properties such as border hyphen width, border hyphen style, border hyphen color. So the width specifies the width of the border, style specifies the style of the border, and color specifies the color of the border. Now let me discuss these concepts with an example so that it will be very clear for you. Let me go to the desktop, go to the CSS, and let me click on the new and then text document. I will write it as border.html because it is an HTML document. Let me click on yes and then let me right click on this border.html, open with notepad++. Then I will write the basic HTML document. So I will write doc type and then I will provide the HTML, and then we need to open the HTML tag and then we need to close the HTML tag. Now we have two main tags inside the HTML. One is the head tag and the body tag. The head tag consists of the title of the web page. If you want to apply any internal style sheets, that also we can do, and if you want to provide any metadata, that also we can do inside the head tag. And whatever the information you want to display on the web page, that information you need to enclose inside the body tag. So the body tag consists of the information you want to display in the web page. So let me open the head tag and let me close the head tag. In the head tag, I will have the title tag and I will write border property in CSS. And let me close the title tag and then let me open the body tag. Inside the body tag, I will use some div tag and I will write Parnika tutorials YouTube channel, and let me close the div tag and then let me close the body tag. Now if you observe, I did not apply any border property to this div tag. Now if I save this program, go to the CSS and then border.html, open with Google Chrome, then you can see Parnika tutorials YouTube channel information have been displayed, but for this information there is no border. If you want to apply any border, then you can use this border property. So if you want to use any internal style, then you need to provide the style tag inside the head tag, then you need to provide the type is equal to text or CSS. Let me close the style tag and then again inside the style tag I want to apply some style to the div tag. So whatever the style I am applying, this is a tag based because div is one of the tag. Now I need to provide border hyphen color, and the color I want to provide it as red, then border hyphen style, and I want to apply the style as dotted style, and then I want to apply border hyphen width and I want to apply the width as 5 pixels. Let me end with the semicolon and close the curly braces. So I have applied a tag based style to the div tag, and I am applying 3 styles. One is the border color, border style, and border width. Now you can see, let me save this program, go to the browser and let me refresh it. Now you can see Parnika Tutorials YouTube channel information have been displayed with the help of one border, and the border color we have applied it as a red, and then we have applied a style as dotted, so that's why we got the dotted border, and then width we have provided as 5 pixel. If I increase the pixel value, then you can observe in place of 5 pixels, if I am providing the 50 pixels, what will happen we can observe. Let me refresh this one. Now you can observe the width has been increased from 5 pixels to the 50 pixels. Let me reduce it to 5 pixels. In place of style as dotted, I will provide it as dashed. Let me save this one, go to the browser and let me refresh it. Now you can see the color is same, which is red. In place of the style as dotted, I have provided it as dashed. So we got the dashed style, and the width is 5 pixel only. In place of dashed, if I say it as solid, then a solid thick line will come. Let me save this one, go to the browser and let me refresh it. In place of solid, if I say double, then you can observe one double border will come. Let me save this one, go to the browser and let me refresh it. Now you can see double border came. So if you want to apply any style to the border, you can use the property called border hyphen style. It has 4 values. One is dotted, dashed, solid and double. If you want to provide all these values using a single attribute, that also we can do. That attribute is border. So the border will take all the 3 properties. One is border width, border style and border color. So let me write border, and the pixels I will provide it as 5 pixel, and I will apply the style as solid, and color I will apply the blue. Okay, now let me end this one with a semicolon. So in place of providing the border color, border style and border width, you can use the border, and for the border you can provide the 3 values. The first value will be considered for the width, second value will be considered for the style, third value will be considered for the color. Let me save this one, go to the browser and let me refresh it. Now you can see that we got a border called solid border, and the color has been blue, and the width of the border is 4 pixels. If you observe earlier, we have provided the border color, border style and border width. When it comes to the border width, I have provided only one value. That value will be considered for the top border, right border, bottom border and left border. In place of only one value, if you want to provide 4 different width for the top, right, bottom, left, that also you can do. So I will provide top as 10 pixels. Okay, right I will provide it as 5 pixels, bottom I will provide it as 4 pixels, and for the left let me provide it as 20 pixels. So the first value will be considered for the top, second value will be considered for the right, third value will be considered for the bottom, and fourth value will be considered for left. Let me save this one, go to the browser and let me refresh it. Now you can see we have the double border because we have applied the style as double. If you want to observe, you can see the style I have applied it as double, and the color I have applied it as red. And you can observe the width of the top, left, right, bottom is different because we have provided the top as 10 pixels, right as 5 pixels, bottom width as 4 pixels and left as 20 pixels. That way you can see the left border width is very high as compared to the top, right and bottom. Similarly, if you want to apply different styles to the top, left, right and bottom, that also you can do. If you look at here, I have applied only one style, which is double. That style has been applied to the top, right, bottom, and also for the left. In place of that one, if you want to apply different styles, then we have the four other properties, like we have border hyphen top hyphen style. Let me write here. Suppose if I want to apply different style to the top, then I can write border hyphen top hyphen style, and if I say dashed, then dashed style will be applied to the top border. If I want to apply for the left some other style, then I can write border hyphen left hyphen style, and if I say it as a dotted. Similarly, for the bottom, if I want to apply different style, then I can write bottom hyphen style, and I will say it as double. Okay. Similarly, for the top I have provided, left I have provided, bottom. Now let me provide it as for the right. So bottom hyphen right hyphen style, and I will provide it as solid. Now let me save this one, go to the browser, and let me refresh it. Now you can see different styles have been applied for the top, left, right, and bottom. And for the top we have provided the dashed, so that's why we got the dashed. Now instead of providing different widths, let me provide only one width. Let me provide it as 1 pixel. Let me provide it as 1 pixel here, 1 pixel, and also 1 pixel. Instead of writing 4 times 1, we can provide only once also. Let me save this one, go to the browser, and let me refresh it. Now you can see the width of the top, left, bottom, and right is 1 pixel, but the styles have been different. The top one is dash, and for the left is dotted. If you want to observe, you can see for the top it is dashed, for the left it is dotted, for the bottom it is double, and for the right it is solid. You can see. So like this we can use the different styles to the different borders of the border. Now if you observe for this border, we have the sharp edges, right? Let me change this one little bit. In place of all this one, I will apply border, and I will apply the some 5 pixels and the solid and the color as blue, and let me end with semicolon. Let me save this one, go to the browser, and let me refresh it. Now you can see the borders corners are very sharp. Instead of sharp, you want some curves. That you can do with the help of border hyphen radius. This defines the radius of the elements corners. For the corners, if you want to apply any radius, that you can do with the help of border hyphen radius. If you want to have some radius as some 10 pixels, then you can provide border hyphen radius. The border should be in lowercase, and you can provide 10 pixel. Then top left will be 10 pixels, top right also 10 pixels, bottom right also 10 pixels, and bottom left also 10 pixels. If you want to observe, let me write here border hyphen radius, and I will provide the 10 pixels, end with the semicolon. Let me save this one, go to the browser, and let me refresh it. Now in place of sharp edges, we got some radius for the corners, and if you observe, all the corners having the same radius. The top left, top right, bottom right, and bottom left also having the same value, which is 10 pixels. Instead of providing single value, if you provide 4 values, then the first value, suppose if I provide 10 pixels, 1 pixel, 2 pixel, and 20 pixel, then 10 pixels will be given for the top left, 1 pixel will be provided for the top right, 2 pixels will be provided for the bottom right, 20 pixels will be provided for the bottom left. If you want to observe, let me save this one, go to the browser and let me refresh it. Now you can see for the top right and bottom right, we have provided 1 pixel and 2 pixels respectively. So that's why these edges are very sharp. But when it comes to the top left and bottom left, we have provided 10 pixels and 20 pixels respectively. That's why we got some curves here. Instead of providing 4 values, if you provided 3 values for the border hyphen radius, suppose let me write with a simple example. I write border underscore, sorry, it is border hyphen radius. If I provide value 1, value 2 and value 3, then the first value 1 will be provided for the top left, value 2 will be provided for the top right and bottom left, and value 3 will be provided for the bottom right. Let me discuss this one with an example. In place of 4 values, I will provide 3 values, 10, 5 and 20. Then we can observe what will happen. Let me save this one, go to the browser and let me refresh it. Then the first value, which is how much? Which is 10 pixels, will be given for the top left. The 5 pixels will be given to the top right and bottom left. 20 pixels will be given to the bottom right. If you provide only 2 values, 10 pixels and 5 pixels, the 10 pixels value will be given to the top left and bottom right, and 5 pixels will be given to the top right and bottom left. If you want to observe, let me save this one, go to the browser and let me refresh it. Now you can see the 10 pixels have been given to the top left and bottom right, 5 pixels has been given to the top right and bottom left. So like this we can use the border property in CSS. The border property is useful for you to apply the border to the any HTML element. I hope you have understood about the border property, how to apply the border in CSS, all these things. If you still have any doubts related to this concept, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.